I feel like 2024 has brought out the worst in Hollywood actresses. They seem to have one playbook for PR at this point, and that's to cry victim and try to be a martyr of harassment. We started this with Amanda Stenberg, of course, who was going out, with the whole discourse video during the Acolyte, and then made her little cringy video afterwards, blaming the alt-right for getting the show canceled. And they just went really, really hard in the paint with that. And now The Boys actress Valerie Curry's doing the same thing. I saw this picked up by the media. I follow a lot of media outlets in mainstream media, just see what they're reporting so I stay on top of the news as I make my own. And they just reported this as fact. This woman just posted an Instagram video and just ranted and didn't show any evidence. There doesn't appear to be any sort of follow-up to this kind of thing. So it doesn't appear like there was any actual wrongdoing involved. It just seems like she's taking a joke and blowing it out of proportion and trying to garner sympathy points and some media attention out of it. And I'll get into exactly why I think that's the case when we read through the transcript of what she said in just a moment. My name's John Delarose, everybody. I am a #1 best-selling comic book creator, and if you like comic books, maybe you do if you're a Boys fan, or if you're not, check this out. This is a great alternative to the mainstream media right here. We're making our own books, and I would love for you to check this out. This is a great sci-fi. It's in line with like Star Wars or Warhammer 40K, the old stuff, of course. You'll really enjoy this. We're getting close to 500 backers. This is our most successful campaign ever. It's a spy thriller in space. You'll love this. Hit this in the description below. Thank you very much. And maybe Valerie Curry would like to play Ayla Rin someday. Maybe not. All right, hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here, guys. I love having you guys around and talking about all this stuff. So The Boys is a really interesting phenomenon here. It's based on a Garth Ennis comic book. I read some of the comic book back in the day. It was a little too gritty for me. I don't like the dark fiction so much. I'm much more into kind of heroic things for real, and not the heroic subversion, but that's another rant for another time. It went pretty well. Like Amazon promoted the show. People liked the first couple seasons, and then they decided to take a hard left turn and go hyper-political and try to agitate the audience. And so people have enjoyed season 3 and 4 a lot less because of that. It was a big stand-in for Trump. The showrunner went out there screeching at the audience, saying if you don't like his woke agenda, don't watch it. And we all know how that goes for everybody. That's the tried and true thing. Make it hyper-political, blame the audience for not liking that it's hyper-political, and fail to entertain the audience and make a show for you to preach about your personal politics, and then play victim when it happens. And that seems to be the trajectory that this show's going at this point. With that, they did a full-on stand-in for January the 6th at the end of season 4. Absolutely crazy, ridiculous stuff. Nobody wanted it. And they actually had to remove one of the titles of one of their episodes because of the Trump assassination attempt, since there was the title of the episode literally was like assassination attempt, and they changed it to like episode 8 or whatever it was rather than have a real title. Funny stuff. So during this, they've really leaned into degeneracy in the last couple of seasons too. And I thought about doing videos and writing articles on that, but I really didn't want to just highlight that at the time. There's one part of it where like one of their characters like gets full on into like some weird sex dungeon with some like weird assault stuff going on. And what did the showrunner say about it? They said it was funny. Very, very creepy attitudes here, but this is what you get in Hollywood, right? And then with this character here, Valerie Curry, there was a scene where she, as a Firecracker here, starts unzipping her shirt, as you can see, and then squirts breast milk on another character in it. And so that was like the most memorable part of the thing. That went viral, people talking about this. It was really gross, and I don't understand why they do this. Now, this is the type of stuff they're promoting. This is what they are getting famous for. This is their work. This is what the audience is allegedly there for, I guess. And so when she goes, and you'll see what she's crying about right here. You can start piecing together what she's talking about because there's nobody videoed anything or any wrongdoing. There's no other evidence about this. There's just what she's saying, and we'll have to read between the lines as to what she's saying. So she says, "Hey guys, so I just got back from the first day of Comic-Con in Northern Ireland in Belfast. And by and large, everyone was fantastic. I just started doing conventions on my own, and everyone for the most part has been so lovely and so kind and so respectful. It's really been wonderful. But we do need to talk about boundaries and what is appropriate in terms of behaviors. So as you can see, she does I love the fans, but let me attack the fans, right? And she uses typical white woman therapy speech, talking about boundaries, things like that. And you could see that she's going to go full victim in just a moment, where she's going to try to garner sympathy. And it really worked this morning. You saw Screen Rant posting about it. You saw Bleeding Cool posting about it. All the usual suspects were applauding her, saying she's brave, etc., just for, existing. And it's really eye-rolling and cringy, and that's what we have here. So she says, I know people saw a character that I played do some pretty extreme thing on The Boys. I don't care if you're in costume. I don't care if you're in character. It's not okay, and it's not funny to demand those things from me in person at my booth. It's not okay. Yeah, she said it twice. And frankly, to the person who did that repeatedly today, I made it pretty clear that it wasn't okay, and that only seemed to make this person and their friend angry. I didn't think this would be needed to be explained, but I was deeply uncomfortable. It was quite clear. I was uncomfortable. So you see, I guess the standard is uncomfortable. So piecing this together, what this sounds like happened was somebody cosplaying the characters that she squirted that breast milk on in the show, probably made some in-character joke about it in there, and she decided to make a whole victim narrative out of it rather than just laugh at it and enjoy the fact that fans are cosplaying and actually remembering things from her show. If she's not proud of this scene, if she thinks it was creepy and weird, don't do it. I mean, I honestly, think that these types of scenes are completely unnecessary. I don't put crap like this in my own work because, I would never want that to be brought back as something that people remember me by. It's insane. But they are clearly ashamed of it. They're clearly ashamed of their own actions because Hollywood are a bunch of degenerates. What they're putting out on The Boys is degeneracy. And so when it gets brought back to them with the fans that they cultivated with this kind of very, content, therefore they're a victim when they're confronted with it in a joking way, it sounds like. She literally says, I don't care if you're joking, right? I don't care if you're in character. I don't care if you're in costume. It's not okay. It's not funny. So clearly... what it looks like a joke was happening here. Now, I did some research as an investigative journalist, as I always do, and I looked into Belfast Comic Con. They didn't post anything about this. They are posting regularly about the convention. There was no updates. Usually when there's a PR crisis of this kind of magnitude, they'll make some sort of statement saying, hey, we've investigated, found the person who was doing the things, and made sure this person's removed from the convention if there was anything actually wrong done. And so this, again, lends credence to the fact that there probably wasn't actually anything wrong done, and she's just doing this victim narrative in order to get herself attention. Absolutely obnoxious. Now, all of the news media outlets are reporting it as if, she was, literally, harassed, etc. When it sounds like somebody just made a joke. And again, there's no video footage. There's nothing about this. There's only this video of her complaining going on. So this is why I think it's just a victim narrative sort of situation. I called Screen Rant out on it and just said, hey, there's no evidence anything wrongdoing here. They removed my comment and actually turned off comments. So the media knows. They know that they're just pushing the narrative, that there's no evidence. Again, this is a typical woman situation online trying to get attention for the fact that she doesn't have enough talent to get attention otherwise. And I just feel like this is a Manla Stenberg or the Rose Tico and trans situation from years ago, or who was the one from Ghostbusters that the 2016 one? I don't even remember her name. But there's so many of them that you can't remember their names at this point. This is how they get attention. This is like the Gen Z attention grift sort of thing. They post an Instagram story, get everybody to clap for them for being so brave just for showing up at a convention and just doing their job, and then they attack fans in the process. So very sad, but again, when they went full political, when the Boys showrunner went out attacking people saying don't watch the show, you kind of knew this was coming. You kind of knew that they're going to start lashing out because this is what Hollywood does every single time. Doctor Who, The Acolyte, even Rings of Power has been doing the same thing as the actress has been talking about male fans showing her hate. They have one playbook at this point, and it's the victim game. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon. And please, back The Hidden Emperor on Kickstarter today. No victim narrative needed. It's a great story. You'll love it if you love comics. Thank you.